The latter is on the back burner for the time being. I'm 25 years old. Taking that one off the bucket list is about as appealing as a blowjob from Luis Suarez. But at 21 in Las Vegas that day, I could take off the former. And this guy came up to me, and he was an older guy, early 40s, and he asked me to go back to his because he was a forward chap, and I said yes because I am easy enough. And he said, oh, well, I actually wasn't sure of his age. He had to be over 42 to fulfill the requirements. And he was not definitely over 42. He was in that grey area. I call it a silver area. And I needed to establish his date of birth. So I asked him for 2 forms of identification, and that will add a business-like feel to a casual encounter. He provides the 2 forms of ID. I was satisfied with his date of birth. And then I said, can I ask, where are you staying tonight, sir? Reason for that being, I don't just tick things off my bucket list at the Premier Inn or the Ibis. No, no. One thing you need to get from this anecdote is that I am classy. I was satisfied with his digs. We went back and I did what I didn't realize at the time I had been contracted to do. And the next morning felt very formal. He asked me my name. I said, it's Cormac, what's yours? He said his name was Anthony. And then he gave me a brown envelope, which I assumed contained his contact details. Took the brown envelope, headed back to Caesar's Palace, opened the envelope just before I got to the door, and inside was cash. I felt dirty, I felt disgusting, and I felt humiliated, and then I looked back inside the envelope and felt compensated. But those feelings of relief were short-lived because I then counted up the money. And he'd paid me $120. $120 for an entire night in Las Vegas, Nevada. I could get that in Leith or Glasgow. This is Las Vegas. I am worth more than that. At the time my bow legs were symmetrical, I was a catch. That was the value placed on my body, and then I still thought, yes, Oscar-worthy roles. Put it out in the right places and it'll still be mine. I still had that view. I actually call going to Los Angeles my second attempt to break into acting. I know most of you probably wouldn't give it the credit of calling it an attempt to break into acting, but you will give me the credit for the first one, because my first attempt to break into acting was an audition for a role in Harry Potter. Has anyone here ever auditioned for such a thing? Surprisingly common. Have you? What was your role? Hagrid? Was it Hagrid?
It was Hagrid.
It was Hagrid. Did you audition too?
I did. I came around to my school and they picked me out, but I didn't get any further than that.
What was the role in question?
The younger Professor Trelawney.
Oh right, that's. When is that in the film?
There's like a period of about like 2 minutes where they have like that flashback to when she does the prophecy.
Oh right,
Yeah.
okay. Oh God, you must lie awake every night having missed out on that one. I was applying for the role of Tom Riddle. What happened was I was working as a labourer that summer back in Ireland, so I had a sob story. And my colleagues used to read The Sun because they were uneducated folk, and every lunchtime I'd never read it after them, but one day I picked it up and I read The Sun, and inside was an open casting call for Tom Riddle, Earl's Court, London. I was within the age bracket, and I thought, oh, this is perfect. This is a sign. I never read The Sun, and here they are calling out to me. The Sun is calling to me. This is clearly my moment. I am going to get this role. And I had actually been planning to leave Hollywood till after I got an education behind me. But actually I thought, no, this is too weird. It's got to be me, and I know it, and I just knew it. And that evening I got home and I booked a flight from Donegal to London, where I was going to land this role. The role, Tom Riddle, by the way, for anyone who hasn't seen the movies, he grows up to be Lord Voldemort, and I was going to play him in flashbacks in memory. And I love that because he's a very villainous character. He has no empathy for other human beings, but as a child, the teachers of Hogwarts thought that he was very innocent. And I thought that's brilliant because I'll be able to play the villain and not get typecast for future work. So it was perfect for me. But the thing is I showed up in London, and clearly a lot of other guys thought they were perfect for it too, because there was fucking 8,000 of us there at the audition. But I was so sure it was going to be me that I actually felt sorry for the rest of them. I thought, oh, those poor guys with their false hope. Oh, diddums. And we show up. Now, I had actually taken my little sister along with me because I thought it would be nice for her to see me get my big break. And an hour from the audition room, she was taken away from me, and we had to go the last hour alone. And they told us at that point what the audition was. Basically, you go in your groups of 20, you say your name and one interesting fact about yourself. Now, I had an hour to think of an interesting fact. Now, I'm going to reason with you. I never felt the Academy Award for Best Actor goes to Cormac Friel quite rolled off the tongue very nicely. So I was going to have a different name by which I'd be known as an actor. I thought, I'll go down the Tom Cruise, Jimmy Fox, Jodie Foster route and have a different name from my birth name. I decided to keep Cormac because I liked it, but I decided to ditch Friel. That could go.